Hello everybody and welcome to another Nephilim Builds. Today we're going to have a little identity crisis as Dust from Dust, an Elysian tale. As always, keep in mind that these videos are about capturing the spirit of the character rather than capturing their abilities perfectly. With that said, let's start with the ability scores. To start off, we're going to put the 15 into Charisma. Between Dodge, Bosco, and Tran, someone is going to pass that Charisma check. Next we'll put the 14 into Dexterity because Dust is at least half Legendary Assassin. We'll put the 13 into Constitution. You're two people, meaning you're twice as hard to kill. After that is Wisdom with the 12. You've got to keep your worst half in check. We'll put the 10 in Strength since we don't really need it, and we'll dump Intelligence because Dust can't remember a thing. For race, Dust is a warm blood, which is basically code for furry. Thing is, I'm pretty sure he's some kind of canine, so Tabaxi and Leonin are out. Thankfully, Tasha's has some fancy new rules for custom lineage, so we're going to use that. Our size is obviously medium. We'll put our +2 into Dexterity. We'll take Proficiency in Perception instead of Dark Vision, and we'll take the Tough Feet for some extra health. For our languages, we'll take Common and Draconic since the Moonbloods are all lizard people. For background, Dust doesn't really have one, but we'll take Folk Hero because that's kind of what the Sen Mithrarin was supposed to be. This will give us Rustic Hospitality, Proficiency in Animal Handling and Survival, as well as Proficiency in Land Vehicles and 1 Artisan's Tools. We have a lot of leeway here since we don't really know what Jen did for a living, but we'll take Cobbler's Tools for this video. Now for our class, and while Jen may not have had that much of a background, Cassius certainly did. And while he's referred to as an assassin, all that really means is that he was really good at killing people that someone else wanted killed. The method doesn't always have to be silent but deadly, and Cassius was definitely a fighter. At level 1, we'll have Proficiency in Strength and Constitution saving throws, and we'll take Proficiency in Acrobatics and Intimidation. We also have Proficiency in all the armor, shields, and all the weapons. We also get our Fighting Style, which we'll take Dueling for, as well as Second Wind, and at level 2 we get Action Surge. At level 3 we get our Martial Archetype. While I personally want to take Battlemaster, and Champion would fit thematically for the Sen Mithrarin, the fighting skills are all coming from Cassius, and he strikes me as more of a Samurai subclass. Feel free to take either of the other ones, of course. We, however, will be taking Proficiency in Persuasion as well as Fighting Spirit. At level 4 we get an Ability Score Improvement, which we'll use to round off Charisma and Constitution, and level 5 we'll get Extra Attack. We are now a third of the way through most campaigns, and we haven't even started on Dust proper. Time to fix that by multiclassing to Hexblade Warlock, taking Hexblade's Curse and Hex Warrior at level 1, and then our Invocations at level 2. At level 3 we get our Pact Boon, and since we're a Hexblade, we're obviously going to take Pact of the Chain because I want Fidget more than I want Aura. Besides, if you can't guess, Aura is our patron in this build, so we already kind of have him. I'm sure Bosco would understand. The last thing we'll do is take level 4 for an Ability Score Improvement. You could put the increase to Charisma for more weapon damage and spellcasting, but we're going to put it to Dexterity for more weapon damage and AC. This is especially necessary since for once I can't really justify Armor of Shadows. Instead, we'll take Investment of the Chainmaster so we can have a Flying Cat for Fidget, as well as Gift of the Ever-Living Ones because it's awesome. With everything done, we now have our modifiers. Let's talk spells. As a Warlock, our spellcasting score is Charisma, our DC is 15, and our spell attack modifier is +7. Now Fidget doesn't really get a lot of options, and nothing that Warlock gets matches her abilities perfectly anyway, so we'll have to get creative. To start, we have 3 cantrips, which will take Eldritch Blast to serve as Energy Blast, and then Lightning Lure for a bit of Thunderbolt, and create Bonfire for the closest we'll get to Fidget's Fireball. We also have 5 spells, with 2 spell slots of 2nd level. We'll take Witch Bolt, Hellish Rebuke, and Searing Smite from Hexblade for some more fire and lightning, as well as Blur from Hexblade and Comprehend Languages because the Warlock spell list is very limited and very creepy shit specific. Fix this, wizards. Not every Warlock wants darkness and tentacles. Going back to the main sheet, the only thing Dust really has is Aura, which is at least a +1 Scimitar. Maybe even more, but I'm hesitant to make him too strong. With no armor, our AC is only 14. Our movement speed is 30 and our average HP is 90 thanks to Tough, with 5d10 and 4d8 hit dice. And with that, we are done. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and a Happy New Year to everyone. Here's hoping this one isn't as bad. It's still gonna be bad, just maybe not as bad. Anyway, let me know what you thought of this video in the comments, and I'll see you next week where we make Chanticleer from Rockadoodle. I really hope Disney doesn't get me for this one.